Hi, everyone. This is Reverend Rance Dunbar, pastor of Holy Trinity Church of Our Mother and CEO founder of MyFCA Inc. My vaccination exemptions are ironclad. It is our First Amendment right to be exempt from all inoculations. Please call me at the Vaccination Exempt hotline at 504-220-5473. These exemptions are backed by biblical scripture and holistic ingredients. Do not hesitate to stand up for yourself against inoculation.
In the building live. What's good, y'all? It's your man Sam Ant, CEO of Vile Hip Hop News, and I'm very excited. We are in the building with none other than the creator of Miracle Food. I've been so many places these last couple of weeks, and anytime somebody has stopped me, Sam Ant, Vile Hip Hop News, Hip Hop and Center Podcast. What's up with that Miracle Food? I'm like, well, what's good with it? You already know. I got the CEO and the creator of Miracle Food right here, the good brother Chakra Doctor, friend of the platform, friend of the podcast. What's good with you, brother? How you doing today?
Cool and retarded drooling. You already know what it is.
This is my brother right here, the motherfucking Chakra Doctor, creator of Miracle Food. We got together almost a year ago now, which is crazy to even think about, man. And one thing I love about this brother is he always gives a perspective that is needed that we won't hear over normal airwaves. He's going against the grain and he's going to give us shit. He's going to give us the food this morning. He gives us the Miracle Food with the body and the cleansing, but now he's about to give us some information and feed us this way, man. So the first thing I want to talk about, obviously, out in Houston, Texas, and you obviously live out in Texas, so this is something that's
doing the magic. I'm doing the magic out here in Texas.
Doing the magic out here in Texas, man. Well, at least 8 dead from what they're saying right now, and many injured after a crowd surge at Travis Scott's Astro World Festival in Houston. Now, he's been doing this for quite some time. He's doing these festivals. I know he did like a Netflix special where he went behind the scenes and showed like the in-depth footage of what these festivals are all about, and they're absolutely insane. You got people doing shit, crowd jumping, all kind of stuff. It's lit if you like it, but on the other side of the spectrum, a lot of people get hurt. Well, yesterday, at least 8 people they're reporting were killed and scores injured when a crowd surged toward a stage at a Houston music festival on Friday night, squeezing audience members who had nowhere to escape, officials say. They said about 50,000 people were at the sold-out outdoor Astro World Festival at NRG Park, the stadium complex where the Astrodome and NRG Stadium stand. When the incident happened about 9 p.m. Central Time, officials said video from the event showed the performer on stage rapping in the event, the organizer being Travis Scott, paused and looked in on confusion as ambulance with flashing lights moved in and started getting into the very densely packed crowd. The crowd, for whatever reason, began to push and surge toward the front of the stage, which caused the people in front to be compressed. They were unable to escape the situation, Houston Fire Chief Sam Pena said. Now, that's just a brief news story.
And notice how they was at the front of the stage.
Front of the stage. Well, bro, I got another piece of interesting information that I want to share with you from this brother that kind of was there firsthand. And this is interesting. And then once you hear this, bro, you go ahead and do your thing. Let's hear
it. Yeah, I already know.
It felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't see. Like, just imagine all the people they're going to find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole fucking concert. Like, I'm thinking it's probably going to be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like, I kid you not. Like, in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted. And the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning them black and blue. Like I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 fucking people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. They couldn't do like shit. Like this shit really fucked me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like, that was like some demonic shit. Like, and what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole like
trying to tell Travis Scott to help. It was like a demonic situation. It was a concert from hell. Chakra Doctor, go ahead, do your thing, bro.
Man, I keep on telling y'all, man. I don't know how many of y'all gonna take the bite the bullet for y'all start getting into yourself, getting into y'all chakras, and understand that that it is ritual season. Oh, a lot more to come, man. I told you. See, from the time of from that October 28th, the Day of the Dead that I told y'all, all the way to that January 1st. Bodies. We need bodies. That's what they need. They need them bodies, y'all. So, first and foremost, Travis Scott is definitely gonna get hammered, in some kind of way, simply because of your lack of security, your lack of if you know these type of events go on at your concerts and you know crowds do this and you're not taking the necessary precautions, man, the wrong person could die at your concert, man, and that's a wrap for you, bro. You know, everybody that's dying at the concert ain't just no anybody's and nobody's not. But notice how number one, he said the darkness in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You couldn't see. What you mean you couldn't see? You at a concert you can't see? Automatic precursor and some magic and sorcery going down, right? Then you go take it further, and you take it further, and when you talk about, dang, people passing out, bodies dropping, and the paramedic, y'all think the paramedic is going to save people, but my mind be thinking like on some Squid Game shit, because Squid Game just came out. It just showed you what they were doing in Squid Game, dropping bodies. And I be feeling like the paramedic be trying to come check and see who alive and see who dead, and keep it pushing and keep that body count.
Let me cut you off right there, because that's a very interesting point you make, because you hear the report that I read, that was from CNN.com, where they're putting in big and bold that it was 8 dead and hundreds injured. But brother just sat there and articulated, who was sitting there ground zero, front and center, that he had at least 11 around him, and the paramedics were looking, administering CPR, no hope, move on. Is that practical practice? Like, talk about that.
Yeah, that's that. Hey, man, until you realize when you get them big, massive killings like that, and the crowds just be crazy, and y'all think that's just human nature. Nature just provided a way for humanity to just get in 50,000. Why don't go like that for the football games?
Talk about it.
Why don't go like that for the basketball games?
Talk about it.
Why don't big crowds form everywhere? Lollapalooza, fucking all kind of fests go on every year, bro. Yeah. Every year, and you don't have nowhere near this type of carnage at their festivals, right? Once you understand that the rappers are paid to be on demon time, once you understand that the rappers get paid a big check so that they can so that they can put on for the game, and y'all don't understand that the game has been and always will be occult sorcery. And so the things that he would describe, and look, he described all the things that said magic: darkness, demon, death, hell. That's what the guy described.
Yep. The
4 keywords I heard was darkness, demons, demonic. He said demonic to be exact. Death, and hell. Now, anytime, remember, music is they got 2 types of music: the music that bring you down and the music that keep you up.
Yep. You
should know a tree by the fruit that it bear. Yep. I am a hip hop fiend. I'm a hip hop fanatic. I'm a hip hop lover, but I am also a life advocate. And you can't create songs about carnage, death, hell, demonic, and destruction, and eventually not come into those physical equivalents when the crowds of death, demonic, destruction, and all of these things get together. All right? So I look at it from the perspective of the highest perspective. Wait a minute, they got some occult sorcery going on. But then I look at it from the lowest perspective of the person, of the average Joe Blow person who don't believe nothing about no sorcery, and they were just at a concert and they got hurt. Well, think about this. The law of attraction says whatever you put into the ether, whatever you put into your whatever type of energy and vibe you're vibing on, you will attract that vibe. Last time I checked, Travis Scott does not rap about anything uplifting, even though Travis Scott would never live in that life. Travis Scott, you ain't even from the streets rapping about demon time. Look at this. You got niggas like Drake Drake ain't never did no time in no people's streets, boy, and he rapping about song. Go look at the certified lover boy. Drake talking about he'll fucking knock your noodles off. This is these are your new leaders. These paid, non-experienced people who are giving you secondhand, third-hand experiences, first-hand experiences in the form of occult sorcery because they practicing magic at that highest level. But on the lowest level, to my niggas in the streets, these dudes ain't never lived none of that. And if they ever lived it, they ain't living it now with the millions and millions and millions of dollars. They living a whole nother life. So why do we gather, give our money, give our resources, give our time, give our energy to people who are gonna, I don't even know, were they black people or were they white people? Does his crowds be majority black or majority white crowds?
That's a great question. And when you look at the footage in the film, I'd say that it was 70-30 white to black, 80-20 probably white to black.
Bro, if that was a lot of white, if that was any kind of number of white people got killed or trapped, if that was any, if the people that got, now listen, if the people that got killed with white folk, you might see some cancel culture going on with Travis Scott, and if the people that got killed with black folk, they're gonna brush it under the rug. They're gonna sweep it to the side.
Let me ask you this: Travis Scott, he isn't the only artist out here portraying to be something that he's not. It's a whole laundry list of them.
Oh yeah, all of them.
Yeah,
90% of your rappers have never lived the life that they rapped about. They have partners, homies, and they probably grew up in the neighborhood, but growing up in the neighborhood and actually running the neighborhood is two different viewpoints, two different perceptions. If you was the nigga on the block actually moving and shaking in your neighborhood and your regional space, that's going to be a whole different perspective because that's who the police looking for. The niggas who moving and shaking. If you was just sitting watching what was moving and shaking, you're going to have a whole different perspective. You're going to have a perspective of a fan. That's why when they get rich, all of them like to start doing these fantasies. That's what a fan is, a fantasy. That's the beginning of fantasy is fan. So when you become when they become rich and famous, they want to carry out their fantasies that they never really got to live on the block because they never experienced it, but they always wanted to, and they got the money to have the people who are living it around them and get those experiences, get those stories, get their slang, and act, basically get their black card, if you will, get their hood pass, if you will, right? I might not be from the hood, but I know, Drake, we know for a fact, ain't none of that shit you talking going down in Canada, and stop it.
That's a fact. Let me ask you this. Go ahead, my fault.
So that I'm just showing you how, these, Tory Lanez and all of these dudes, Travis Scott, all of these dudes who rap about this gangster persona, mob tie lifestyle. I'm sick of these niggas. Hire some help. Get rid of these niggas. Nigga, ain't you the nigga that just said I can't get enough of your loving? When did Marvin Gaye sing about whacking and like that's what I'm trying to tell you? Like you can't you gotta separate fantasy from reality. Yeah. In reality, these dudes are living a high esoteric life that you can't even comprehend because you don't have the knowledge to comprehend what they're really doing. And then on your fantasy, they got you hook, line, and sinker, believing in a melody of a lifestyle that they don't even really live. They only rap about it being lived. Right. But they themselves actually don't live this shit, bro. And then they come to concerts and they try to get you all hyped up because you out here really living it. You out here really eating ramen noodles. So when he said ramen noodles, nigga, you feeling that nigga. I mean, you eating ramen noodles tonight. Yeah. You feel me? So it's a big lie going on. And like I told you before, if anybody important got stampeded at that place, or it's gonna be some shit.
Let me ask you this to kind of put a close on this conversation real quick. Astro World itself, we've seen that show and that festival turn up, and these type of things happen there before. Maybe not to the degree that it happened last night, but these have happened before. Do you, in your opinion, attribute it up to this Travis Scott being lit, having concerts, or is there other high levels of sorcery and magic knowingly going on with Travis Scott. And his
yeah,
team.
well, remember, you see, like I told you before, you see, I come from, I come from being a fan of all genre of music. You haven't seen Demon Time till you've been to a death metal grunge concert.
Facts.
You haven't seen Demon Time until you've been to one of these death metal white kind. You see the sorcery in plain view, pentagrams. They mosh pitting. Going now they got mosh pits and fucking hip hop.
Yeah,
that's Demon Time. That's a wicked occult. You know how many white people done died at motherfucking concerts, nigga, doing that fucking mosh pit shit.
Yep, facts,
nigga. That because it's a death cult. And death cult me we need some souls, bro. And every year they need a certain amount of souls to feed the fucking beast that gives them their wealth, their power, their fame, and their influence over the society on a massive global scale. Remember, Travis Scott go anywhere right now, and the globe recognizes you. He's a globe trotter, right? When you're a globe trotter, nigga, you're gonna be on two sides. You're gonna be on the side of the globe trotters that's influencing the people to do good. Or you're going to be on the side of the globetrotter that's influencing the people to do evil. And Chris Brown, it happens at his concerts, right? Yeah. But think about it. This is an R&B singer. How niggas getting killed at an R&B show?
Shouldn't be. Shouldn't even be dressed to be ready to die. Should be ready.
Ain't getting killed at no Keith Sweat concerts, nigga. Come on.
You ain't dying at no Brian McKnight concert. The fuck you
doing? I just heard when Drake had beef with Meek Mill, he said you getting bodied by a singing nigga. That's why Meek Mill fell off in my book.
Yep.
Meek Mill ain't shit in life no more. Why? Because you got bodied by the singing nigga. Just stupid ass down. Nigga talking about some dreams. Nigga killed you. The nigga from Canada killed you. Nigga, stop it.
Oh man.
You see? So that's how I look at shit from a hip hop real nigga perspective. Wait a minute. I know that we're rapping about, now remember, they got other music genres that rap about fantasies, but our musical genre is the only musical genre where the fantasies turn into fucking realities.
Yep.
Right? And so I implore black people, y'all do y'all research on occult worships, do y'all research on magic, do your research on sorcery, do your research on hidden knowledge and information, do your research on hand languages and body languages and sign languages, do your research on Freemasonry, do your research on regular masonry, do your research on everything, and you're gonna start putting some dots together when you go down that travel down that path of research.
Indeed, we're in the building right now with the Chakra Doctor, creator of Miracle Food, in the building on Viral Hip Hop News. Listen, y'all see it scrolling below. If you want to grab your Miracle Food right now, Miracle Food, Miracle Tea, Miracle God, and much more, the good brother Chakra Doctor has over at chakradoctor.org. Hit Viral10 in the promo code to get 10% off your entire order. Not just Miracle Food, not just Miracle Tea, the entire order. We got that hooked up here at Viral Hip Hop News. Good brother Chakra Doctor hooked us up. Food for life. You definitely want to grab your Miracle Food right now. All right, so let's transition because you're kind of doing it already as you were going and finishing up with Travis Scott talking about Drake. When you talked about Drake, that made me think of Kanye West. Kanye West was on Drink Champs a couple of days ago, and they played that really fucking well. Good job over there. And went in on Drake, went in on Hove, went in on Big Sean, went in on Just Blaze. He went fucking crazy.
He had permission.
Go. The floor is yours.
He had permission. Kanye is what I call the fake activist, right? The Mr. Brag about billions of dollars, but ain't did nothing for black people with your billions of dollars. Boy, shit your stupid ass down. You ain't talking about nothing. Now, on Drink Champs, he kept mentioning this one thing. Hey, they might kill me after this. They might kill me after this. Don't be surprised if, don't be surprised if some publicity might come around that type of shit. Because he kept on saying that in the interview. I'm trying to say anything that's going to make them kill me or make them this or that and the third. You can't say anything that's going to make them kill you, but riding all their dicks with all your name dropping. How many names he dropped in the interview? What?
8. Eight. Let's count them out. He talked about Drake. He talked about Just
No, they had a number. They were doing a number count.
Oh, shit. I didn't even see that.
All right, so in the interview, he said, man, look, man, because I'm friends with everybody, and I'm going to be dropping a whole bunch of names. So Drink Champs had the counter, Every time he dropped the name, Drink Champs had the counter going up. That nigga dropped billionaire names. That nigga dropped all kinds. That nigga dropped names all over. And it came up to about like 60, 70 names nigga dropped in the now you ready for this? Real nigga, I'm not about to give you a real nigga speech. Any nigga that got that many men name in their fucking mouth is a bitch ass nigga.
That's a fact, bro. I can't even.
You can't have that many motherfucking male names in your mouth and you ain't on no homo motherfucking time, boy. Come on, man. You name every cock you riding in the world in that interview. You name what's going on? This is nigga, I'm the leader. You the leader because you done got you the leader because you done sat around some evil people and got a few $1 billion. Now you the leader. He just said it on his album. He said it, what he said? I'll be honest. We all liars. Them niggas liars, man. This is who we got leading us to the fire, to the hell's fire. This is who we got leading us to motherfucking the devil's door. Liars. And they said what they said in the Bible. The devil come to steal, kill, destroy. But they said the devil is the great deceiver. That's how he's going to steal from you. He's going to deceive from you. That's how he's going to kill you. He's going to deceive. That's how he's going to motherfucking destroy you. He's going to deceive. So they said the devil come to steal, kill, and destroy, but they didn't say how the devil will steal, kill, and destroy. What they do say, they call him the great deception. And that great deception is understanding, and they mentioned some magic. Let's get in the beginning of the interview when him and Nori sitting at the table and he get to talking about how his purses are his house. And his house got bigger as his purse got bigger. Then he was talking about how dragon's blood. Dragon's blood? Wait a minute. Wait a minute now. And notice, and I don't never trust no nigga who get on no interview and keep their shades on the whole interview.
In the house.
You can't. You know why he kept his shades on the whole interview, y'all?
Why?
Because I'll be honest, he's a liar. I'll be honest, he's a liar. He's a liar that sacrificed his fucking mama to get where the fuck he at. Now we about to talk some real sport, and then he does it in the name of the plagiarized Caucasian Jesus. Remember, here at Holy Trinity Church of Our Mother, unorthodox, we know the true Christ principles, and we maintain the true Christ principles of Jesus. And Jesus would have never did none of the shit you doing, Kanye. You was a liar, and the truth ain't in you. Let a real reverend convict your motherfucking, what the name of that service? Sunday service you got. We're going to go Saturday service. I'm about to tap into Saturn right now. We ain't going to even tap into sun right now. We're going to tap into Father Time right now. I'm about to give you your business right now.
Sure.
Because you're going around in the name of Jesus. But you ain't doing nothing Christ-like. You're going around in the name of the Savior. But you ain't saving nobody. You're going around in the name of the Prince of Peace. But you ain't making peace among the earth with nobody. You go around with the Father in the name of God. But you ain't doing shit that's godly, man. You ain't doing nothing that's godly. Ain't you the dude that got on the motherfucking video with Lil Pump and said that you're such a fucking whore? I love it. Isn't this the same guy who said, and so he could be balling and balling, and they stay bright girl, and when he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl, and you did? Isn't it the same motherfucker that said George Bush don't care about black people, but you chilling with Hillary Clinton? Isn't this the same guy who pumped black consciousness in the beginning of his career to us? And had us thinking he was on some black power shit, right? Like Pink. Pink did the same thing, that little white artist Pink. They always do that. They always come under the disguise of some black shit. And you go look at all of the old artists of old. All of the old, all of the white artists were borrowing off all of the black artists back then, taking all of the sauce. But look at his track record, everybody. His track record has been confusion. Kanye is the author of confusion. I'm going to show you why he's the author of confusion. I'll tell you one more time. Anytime you name that many evil people in your mouth in one interview, boy, you are in the fucking mud. Eye deep, nigga. The mud come right here, nigga. So all we can see is your eyes just blank. Nigga, that's it when it comes to this to this dirt you doing. Now, analyzing this interview, Kanye West gave y'all a lot of Jews if you only pay attention. The first Jew he gave y'all was, man, this is a crock of bullshit. This game he told you, it looked like if you want to be technical, it looked like Kanye West came to my channel and watched a few of my videos. I promise you, they all do it too. All of them do it. Kanye West, I ain't never heard you talking about algorithms until Chakra Doctor started talking about come get these algorithms. Drake is good for the algorithm. What the fuck? What you ain't never spoke nothing about an algorithm until 2021, nigga. What you talking about? Now you coming over here talking about life is a computer game and you treat life like a video game. Wait a minute, Kanye. Look like you come and holler at hiphopjesus2 at gmail.com on motherfucking YouTube, CDTV. Come and watch a few videos and try to come apply that shit.
My God.
Come on, Jesus. And you talking about dragon's blood. And he said, and he had dragons in the Bible too. Nigga, wait a minute. Wait one cotton picking freaking chicken minute. You're over here regurgitating rhetoric that is not of your normal base behavior. You know your normal base behavior, nigga. If it's a video game and if it's a computer game, right? Like you say, if it's a video game, it's a computer game, like you say. Then what character are you in the video game? What character are you in the computer game? Because you ran for president, right?
Yep.
And now all of a sudden, Republican is better than Democrat, or Democrat is better than or worse than Republican. When last time I checked, both of these motherfuckers corrupt.
Yep.
Both of them corrupt. So no matter if you riding with the Democrat or riding with the Republicans, it's both some corrupt angles and corrupt people going on in both camps. You see, you mentioned in the names of the likes of evil people like Elon Musk. You mentioned in the name of all the rainbow booty boys. Let's call it spade. You mentioned so many rainbow booty boys, man. I'm gonna do me a special live on my YouTube channel, Chakra.TV, on Kanye Rainbow Booty Boy West. The nigga who did a mantra ritual on the beginning of his album. Remember this. That dun 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 dun. On his 10th album, 14 years. 14 years to the day or whatever that she passed, right? And you had this big blood sacrifice ritual in the fucking stadium. You were standing in a circle with with all your sacrificial colors on, huh? We don't analyze body language, people. And when you don't analyze body language, that automatically makes you illiterate, because any fucking body language reader or dummy can see that you were doing something that was esoteric and hidden and of magical artwork. You're not just giving the record out to Donda your mama. I told you before, any nigga that can come on a whole interview for the whole interview and be in the whole interview with fucking the darkest shades in the world on, got something to hide, got something to lie about. You can't see his eyes, because when he's telling this story, you're going to see his rapid eye movements are going to go a certain way that's going to let you know, he's accessing the imagination. He's accessing the memory. See, we got to understand body language, people. And understand why he always talked in incoherent, incomplete sentences. He never finishes out a full thought. He only tells you a part story. Never finishes out a full thought. He always remember, Gemini, the twin of the zodiac. One represents duality, the good and the evil, right? So he's gonna tell you these good things. Yeah, man, it's all about ownership. Nigga, you been on how's it all about ownership and Jay-Z your boss then, bitch?
He said that. Jay-Z's my boss.
See, look. He didn't want to do a versus with Jay-Z because Jay-Z the boss. And guess who was there? Biggs, the handler. Biggs, the handler, was right there in the presence. And he said, what I told him, looking like a little girl. Well, hey, Biggs, tell him what I told him. Yeah, Jay-Z's the boss. And tell him. See, my big brother was Biggs' brother. Used to be Dame and Biggs' brother. Come on, man. We know Kanye West is been a cock rider.
Let me ask you.
He been a dick rider. So I don't want I don't want to lay up there and make like this guy is a absolute genius. I'm gonna say he's a diabolical genius. He's not a genius of righteousness, or he's not a genius of positivity. He is a diabolical genius. He is a mathematical diabolical genius of confusion, right? Of distraction. They whenever they want to distract black folk, go put Kanye West out there.
See? You know what? It was ample timing, because you started the conversation off by saying, when I said that he was on there, he was talking about everybody. You said they let him. You don't hear Kanye speak too much, and when you do, it's random and it's everywhere. In your opinion, who let him? Who let him go ahead and take the muzzle off?
He named them all. He named you the cohorts with the name drops. That was the whole purpose for all the name drops. Yes, I was just kicking it with. It was just me. So it was me. What he said? So it was me, Oprah. It was me, Oprah at a Ralph. It was me, Oprah, and such and such at a Ralph Lauren party, or and it was me, Virgil, and Oprah at this Ralph Lauren party, and then Elon Musk does this and da 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 da. He names all of these rich, number one, homosexuals. He names all of these rich rainbow booties, the ones that he named these rich rainbow booties. Then he starts naming these billionaire tech geeks, more rainbow booties. Go look at my TV. Go look at my CDTV, y'all. I expose. It's called the video. The video is called it. I ain't got no pics, and that's why I expose all of the white rainbow booty boys, all from everybody from Sergey Brin to motherfucking Mark Zuckerberg, because they're all wizards and they're all sorcerers, and they know for a fact that I play Dungeons and Dragons at the highest level. Now, boom. He names all of your tech wizards. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Sergey Brin, Mark Zuckerberg, so on and so forth. He names all of your rainbow booty fashion boys. The guy, Balenciaga and all of these different people that he knows, right? The owner of who made Gap and all of this. Did he start naming all of your hip hop moguls? And start naming all of your hip hop moguls, the Jay-Z's and the Russell Simmons and the Leon Cohens and all of the and he was giving you who gave him permission to do this. Mm-hmm. That's why remember, in the game is all about giving God the glory. Well, who are your gods, Mr. $9 billion? Who are your gods that allow Jesus to get $9 billion? Now, how deep did they have to dig off into your pockets, your pocket and your actual pocket, to get you, or was the deal what you made with Kim a deal that you couldn't refuse? Was the deal that you made with Kim and their sorcery a deal that you couldn't refuse? Are the Kardashians a secret hidden hand power source of magic in Hollywood? Talk
about it. You said he made a deal.
Yeah.
Break that down.
Remember, he did 12 years, when he did 10, 12 years with Kim, and they appeared to get a divorce. He said it in an interview. It's not on paper. She's still my wife because it's not on paper.
Right.
Right? Boom. I told you what they do. Why you think all them rappers try to get into the Kardashian family? They try to get into the Kardashian family, or why do you think Kardashians recruit certain rappers? Put it that way. Why you think? Remember, she tried to recruit Reggie Bush. Reggie was like, "Nah, B, I'm not having that." And you ain't seen Reggie, and you ain't Reggie career tanked ever since.
Yeah, the bro Reggie. Damn.
You ain't see Reggie. You see, soon as look try to get Lamar Odom down. Lamar Odom said, "Nope, I ain't with the shits." Lamar tanked ever since. Everybody, come on, go look at French Montana. Try to get French Montana down, nigga. French Montana ain't been shit ever since. Even though he's still Frenchy, feel me? But there's the French before the Kardashians, then there's the French after the Kardashians. The French after Kardashians is a whole nother French. And go look at the before and after life of the only person that made it in the Squid Game of the Kardashian Squid Game is Kanye West.
So that was the deal.
Think about it. Everybody that came through the card, man, listen. Oh, Travis Scott, but he ain't with the old Kardashian, he with the new one. Yeah, and you know they've been running through, and you know Lil Wayne them been running through Kylie ever since she was 16, 17 years old. Man. They had it on the song, remember? And we like her. Yeah, man, look, shouts out to Miley Cyrus and all that. They man, look, that shit is a game, bro. I'm telling you, bro. And these niggas name drop, and they give clout. That's called giving clout. Giving flowers. I'm about to give you your flowers. Give your flowers now while you still here. Why? Because any day any one of them could get it. They know this. That's why they live so. Why you think they live so crazy? Because they know that any day they could die. Any day they could die. Because they live in they rocking with death. Yeah. They preach death in their music. They drink death, they smoke death, they eat death, they hang around death, they be in clubs where the death be at. So they know that any day this shit could happen to them. And so they gonna live their best life with all of, they sold for it, they gotta live their best life for you. What you gonna say you sold for something you ain't living your best life for it with it? Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah. You feel me? So yeah, man, that was a big telltale sign that number one, Kanye has risen up in the occultic magical wizard world. And remember, he said he hit all of them on a group text. Everybody he named, all the people, he said he hit all of them on a group text. And he said, guess what? I'm worth more than all of y'all combined. Yep. Ooh, he shitted. He said he put Jay-Z, he put all the big dudes, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, all of the big black moguls and all of the people, Dr. Dre and all of them who get their money. He put him in there and said, I'm worth more than all of y'all combined. And shitted on. And that's the name of the game, Squid Game.
And we in the building right now with the Chakra Doctor on Viral Hip Hop News. Y'all hit that like button, hit that 5-star rating, hit that notification bell. Go to Chakra Doctor TV right now on YouTube if you want more content and information, more raw and more uncut than what the brother's giving right now. He's giving you a sample size of what's really fucking going on here at Viral Hip Hop News. Go to Chakra Doctor TV to get more information. We got the owner of Miracle Food, the creator of Miracle Food on the building, of Viral Hip Hop News, Chakra Doctor. Go to chakradoctor.org right now. Hit Viral 10 in the promo code and get 10% off your entire order. I'm talking everything. I'm talking the Miracle Food itself.
Everything. I mean, whatever you buy, not just Miracle Food, but whatever you buy, you put that Viral 10 in, it's going to give you 10% off the whole order. So,
love here.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Thanksgiving, and all of the Happy Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and all the other little things.
Indeed, man. Look, we're going to finish out, man. I want to talk about Stephen A. Smith, somebody that's obviously in the media. Y'all boy Stephen A. now. We talked last month.
I can't see how that's y'all boy.
Huh?
I can't see how he's anybody. He's somebody's boy because he ain't nobody's man. But keep going.
You know what? You know what's fucked up about Stephen A. It's crazy because I grew up loving sports, watching sports, and he was in the Philadelphia Inquirer when I was really kind of getting into it. And that's right up the street from where we're at. We're about 45 minutes away from Philly, so we get a lot of their news broadcasts. And to see this brother 20 years ago articulate himself, seemingly unapologetic, speaking like us, talking like us, I'm like, damn, this is exactly kind of like how I want to do. This is what I want to do and project on the media airways. I love how he's doing it. And then how he's evolved and progressed, and obviously fame and fortune has hit his pockets in his life, and nobody's mad at him, happy for him. But the conversation and the narrative, more importantly, has changed and has steered. Now, you were very outspoken about Kyrie Irving and his stance and his position on the vaccine and things like that. But let's talk about Stephen A. for a second and how he approaches the media side of it. We heard him completely crucify Kyrie Irving for his stance on it. But then a couple of days ago, we seen that Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who Stephen A. Smith has publicly adored. And Aaron Rodgers is a fucking beast. He knows what he's doing when he's throwing that football. He's absolutely one of the best out here to do it, but hasn't been vaccinated. And under the rules and regulations of the NFL, has not met protocol at all, has never put on a mask, has been in public settings, has been in public locations, has been around people, has done interviews, and it seems as though it's getting brushed under the closet. The energy on First Take when it came to Kyrie Irving in comparison to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I heard the whole thing.
Been very different. So break this down for us, brother. Talk about Stephen A. Smith and the media, and do you believe that he is a part of a bigger agenda when it comes to black people in particular and how he distributes his media and his take on the black side of the athlete against the white side of the athlete? Break that down for us, brother.
I mean, show me one black truth teller in mainstream media right now.
Tough. I can't put a name on it. I like what Jason Williams is doing.
Even he was watered down.
Yeah.
He's very watered down.
Yeah.
There's not one black person in mainstream media that is telling any types of real potent truth. The reason why this is the only, as a colored person or a black person or a person of Native American descent, when you're living under this rule of black illusion, because a lot of people like to call it white supremacy, when actually that is a misnomer in magic. It is actually a black illusion. We know that white is supreme over nothing and black is supreme over all. It is the source. And so when you say, white supremacy, that's automatically doing yourself a dissatisfaction and a disjustice in the form of your own consciousness, because, nothing beats black. All bets on black. And so in this realm of black illusion that we see as white as being supreme, we find that there is a behavior amongst niggas that's afraid to let their full niggerdom hang out for fear of cracker kickback.
Talk your shit.
And therefore, we've bred our children and we've bred ourselves and we programmed ourselves to be this milk toast or lactose tolerant substance that white people can digest so that we can get ahead in their world. With that being said, people have come to notice that when you do that, you advance in the white world. Well, it is safe to say that if you advance in the white world, that there's some black people that's going to think, well, shit, if you can advance in the white world like that, shit, I know I could do it too.
Right. If
Magic Johnson can do it, I can do it. And right? But they don't understand that it's not actually, it's not actually them that you're seeing. This is an act that a lot of blacks put on in order to get by in a system that is not of their own. This is why it is imperative and incumbent that blacks start creating their own independent structures and systems, simply so that you can know what it feels like to be the owner of your own. And the power that comes with that and the respect that comes with that from white people. Let's get this clear now. I'm unapologetically black. And white folks love me.
Mm-hmm.
I say cracker all the time. I say nigga all the time, and white folks fuck with me. So did Dick Gregory.
Yeah, salute Dick Gregory, rest in peace.
So did Gregory, R.I.P. He was able to articulate there are a few of us who are able to articulate the black consciousness and know how to tell truth to white power, and no matter if it offends them or not, still be able to maintain a level of camaraderie or a level of understanding with white power as well, right? Meaning power recognized counterpower. Just as well as you are white power, I am black power, right? And so therefore, if I am true black power, white power is going to recognize that. And when you do that, and you do it with no fear, no shucking and jiving, no bojangling, then you won't have to do what Stephen A. Smith, did. Remember, he could talk hard as he wants as long as it's about his people.
He goes in on.
Remember, he goes in on his book when it comes to other people. And remember, Aaron Rodgers is really higher in the occult than he is anyway.
Wow.
So let's get that. Aaron is a higher Freemason than you are, Stephen A. So let's get that. You ain't about to lay up there and you can't. It's just certain things that you just can't do, and you sign up for it when you join the gang, bro. And your boy called it, what he called it, the go along and get along gang, bro. You already know what it is.
That's your boy.
He the go along and get so. And remember, I witnessed this at lower. I'm talking about. Listen, I witnessed this at low. I'm in Texas. Witnessed this at a low level. Like, when I say low level, meaning I can see this in the average. Because I'm still going in the trenches in the streets and still, meeting people, hand to hand combat. Woo, 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 right? You would call my level a low level, right? And you see it at the regular low level, right? And you're like, dang, I can just imagine this going on at the upper echelon. Look, it goes on at McDonald's and all of these other places, and it goes on in Walmart. I can just imagine what's going on in Neiman Marcus. You see? So I analyze things from that perspective, and when you analyze things from that perspective, you look at it, you're like, okay, well, there is a level of tolerance that we must have, and there's a level of mercy that we must have, but there's also a level of straight, flat, we ain't taking no shit that we must have as black people. And if we as black people are allowing people like Stephen A. Smith to be our voice, then shame on black people, not Stephen A. Smith.
Let me ask you this about him real quick. Is this a situation where Stephen A. wasn't allowed, in your opinion, wasn't allowed to go over the chain of command? Because like you said, Aaron Rodgers sits at a higher what's the word on?
If the powers that be said, Stephen A., we about to tear down Aaron Rodgers, Stephen A. will be talking shit about Aaron Rodgers tomorrow.
Yeah.
He is paid to say what the media company tells him to say. That's what he is. He is the guy at the fucking auction. Can I get a $1? So the nigga that can talk fast.
Yeah.
Not everybody can talk fast and put words together and string it together with emotion and do it without going, you know what I'm saying? And have all these filler words and have their words and be able to go fast and talk and do all of these things, right? That's what the reporters do. They read that teleprompter perfectly without getting barely anything wrong, right? And that's what he get paid to do. He get paid to read the teleprompter and have a half of an opinion. And get paid to read the rest of it, get paid to read the whatever, get paid to spit off what he spit off. So when you get a person like Stephen A. Smith, you have to realize that once you've made it into a certain level of influence amongst white culture, right? And talking about you did it mainstream. I'm not talking about you did it independently and you influencing white people on just a whole nother level. Right. No, right? That's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be influencing white people on a whole nother level. Mainstream ain't about to fuck with me unless it's time to go to war with me. You see, right? So when it comes down to it, when you see it going into the societies, you see, okay, no, that Brian Gumble. I've been seeing what the Brian Gumbles of the world, or it comes in different form. But have you ever seen that movie? If you ever go look at that movie, the Django, or if you ever watch that TV show, The Boondocks, there's always the Uncle Ruckus, you know, Negro. He is that Uncle Ruckus Negro. The Queen the Queen called him a black white person, a white person in blackface, right? Even though he has melanin and has, you know, our skin tone, he has his consciousness is completely, purely, you know, has been completely taken over by the crack on all levels. So you got to understand when you got niggas like that giving you information, there's automatically biased information. You heard it in his speech. He was like, yeah, man, my guy Aaron Rodgers, man, and yeah, man, and this is a sad thing, man. But Kyrie Irving, let me get about you. And I said, God damn, with the double hop in this nigga for Kyrie.
You know what I mean?
Jesus was in this nigga. Jesus, and listen, this is a byproduct. I told you, this is a byproduct of that white Jesus shit, man. I'm telling you, subconsciously, we will forgive the white boy before we forgive our black kind, because we go worship the white boy every Sunday at church subconsciously.
Damn.
We will forgive the white boy before we forgive the black boy, because fucking every Sunday, Grandma took us to church every Sunday and made us get on our knees and pray to him every Sunday. And so we gonna give him, and we go. So when he shoot us in the streets and he got a badge on, that wasn't nothing but God. God forgive us, turn the other cheek. When he on ESPN, and he there ain't nothing but Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers in his subconscious, Aaron Rodgers is God. Just like Lil Uzi Vert called Marilyn Manson his daddy. See? If you go look at the film, go look at who they worship and you can see who they worship, who they're trying to appease, who they're trying to please. You feel me? Remember old boy that did the football? He ain't never do no interviews. They finally had to get rid of that. They finally had to put him in, you know, put him in on the worst team ever or whatever. The dude who played for the Seattle Seahawks, right?
Marshawn Lynch. Yeah,
look at Marshawn Lynch. You feel me? Yeah. He ain't want to do none of that shit, that press, none of that. He knew it was all lights and cameras and smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
You see? And he used to try to warn us about this shit. So when you looking at people, when you talking about sports, look, and when you talking about, just like Kanye West told you on the interview, man, he said this shit is a game. I tell people I liken the game into WWE wrestling. It's just take the WWE wrestling format and add it to hip hop. And now you know why niggas always gonna beef, because that's what wrestling does. Add that same dynamic of wrestling to politics, and now you know why the Democrats and Republicans gonna forever stay going head to head. Add that same WWE wrestling format to motherfucking the medical industry or the banking industry, and it's gonna always be looking like this versus this when it's actually all one big WWE wrestling match. And this is why they're the professionals.
As long as the fans are going crazy and booing one and hearing
that's what they did in Rome.
We all win. Man.
When you're in Rome, you do as the Romans do. Remember this. Our alphabet is Roman. The words you're speaking out of your mouth right now, that we're speaking out of our mouth right now, is Roman. So understand why Nicki Minaj called her shit Roman's Revenge. So y'all gotta understand and dissect these wizards, because y'all looking at them from the perspective of, they was just some black folk that just made it. Ha ha ha. Que sera, and clap for you. But I just showed y'all motherfucking Juice WRLD selling his soul on the beach with motherfucking G Herbo and Trippie Redd, and next thing you know, Juice WRLD gone. Juice WRLD said, all right, y'all, I'm about to sell my soul. Go look at it. Go Google, put it on your YouTube. Juice WRLD sells his soul on Instagram or something like that, and you're going to see an Instagram clip of G Herbo wearing the black and white checker. G Herbo wearing the black and white checker checker jacket. And he said, yeah, man, Juice WRLD said, I'm about to sell my soul, man. I'm going to see y'all in the bed. I'm going to be rich as hell. And And then he put then he said, did he show Trippie Redd and they put a fucking a eggplant by Trippie Redd and called him a bitch. That's what let you know what side of the rainbow, how he sold his soul. He sold his soul through his booty hole, right? And that's why Juice WRLD called him a bitch, hi little bitty bitch, right? And you see in the background, G Herbo talking about, yeah, man, he's selling his soul, man. It ain't even take that long, man. Welcome to the Illuminati. So you try to tell me these three famous rappers of today's time are on live Instagram proclaiming in broad voice that they are selling their souls to the Illuminati, dressed in Freemason garb, right? Freemason, I would say, not garb, I would say Freemason symbolism, right? And right after, and not too long after that, Juice WRLD dies. Voila, sacrifice. Remember, because Juice WRLD had on the all white. He had on the all white. He was the sacrifice. He didn't know if they was letting him in the game, he would have had on all black. If he was really selling his soul to be a part of the gang, he would have had on all black. But when Juice WRLD, go notice how Juice WRLD walking down the stairs. He's walking down the stairs. He's not climbing up the ladder, though. You're going down the ladder, which means, see, if there was a real ritual, he was getting inducted in, he would have had on all black going up the ladder. But we don't understand sacrifice. Everybody knew Juice WRLD, the joke is on you, except Juice WRLD.
Right. Man.
And he sold his soul, got a little fame, and next thing you know, he did. Now, I keep on telling y'all, A$AP Rocky standing in the pentagram. A$AP Rocky standing in the pentagram, in the middle of the pentagram, an upside down pentagram with a goddamn, what is A$AP Rocky standing in the middle of an upside down pentagram with a book of witchcraft in his hand with all of his homeboys, all of his partners, about 6, 7, 8 partners in the background, right there next to the pentagram with the book, with a book in their hand, looking down at it, and they're all taking a picture. Google A$AP Rocky doing witchcraft on Google, and go to the images, and just go to images, and there's probably just show you the images. This is real famous images. And he's married to one of the head, not married, but he's tied to one of the head witches in the game, Rihanna. We know Rihanna is the guy. We know Rihanna is an actual goddess in actual mythology. Y'all, come on now. This shit go deeper than you can ever imagine. But I'm just giving y'all some surface shit to make that big shit that make you go, If I was just a regular nigga in the hood, this is shit that be making me go,
Yeah.
I never seen Tupac standing in the motherfucking ritual, standing in the pentagram, you know. But even though they got other things that Tupac did, he was in the Speedos and he was doing shit like, hey, bro, he got some suspect shit too going on. Yeah. I'm just showing you how ever since this thing we call gangster rap and hip hop period has been infiltrated through gangster rap, right? You have seen a big major decline in the Black community. And it is my personal assessment that hip hop, even though hip hop has influenced the world, I do not think hip hop has influenced the world for better.
Nah, they seen it. They seen the trend of it doing it, and then we allowed them. I don't want to say they let us, because then that's just giving them power, and I don't believe in that.
Right.
We let them infiltrate and turn it into something different, and we got to get it back, man. That's why these conversations are very important. A lot of people don't like hearing them because it's the truth. And people don't like hearing the truth. And it's hard to imagine that, my God, there's magic and witchcraft going on in my life. So sheltered and so hidden and so covered up that I cannot.
If this Travis Scott thing,
house.
If this Travis Scott thing don't prove the magical, listen, I'm out here in Dallas, in Kennedale, doing the magic at the Garden of Eden. Yeah. You know, I keep telling y'all, man, this shit gonna get exposed. And look what's getting exposed. Oh, boy just got busted. All your gatekeepers getting busted. All your gatekeepers, bad things happen to them. They're going to jail, getting busted. They dying. Like, if y'all don't see what's happening to them, Yellow Beezy in jail. You know, like, They just caught the other dude. They just caught another dude for some Fetty Wap. They just caught Fetty Wap. Feds ran in his crib, huh? And remember, Fetty Wap just sacrificed his daughter. I keep on telling you, he sacrificed an eye and a daughter. See, I'm not, and allegedly, that's the rumor. Allegedly, I'm not gonna, but I always just show you. Look at the outcome of these people. And look at you should know a tree by the fruit that they bear, and their trees do not bear life, people. So once again, y'all wake up, y'all get a grip, y'all make sure that y'all hold our leaders, prophets, poets accountable for the content that they're feeding our consciousness, because we've lost social commentary in our music. We've lost the consciousness in our music. It's just nothing but melodies and people rapping about these physical materials that most of us probably will never amass in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Right? And this is not what life is supposed to be. Life is supposed to be at a level of being able to practice our First Amendment right and express ourselves in not just a bang, bang, shoot you up, nigga, you dead manner, but, just as much clout and just as much airwaves y'all giving, the people who saying bang, bang, shoot them up, y'all supposed to be giving that to the people who are saying love your brother, love your sister, and if it sounds fly and if it sounds hot, y'all supposed to be giving that a chance too. It's supposed to be a real game. Yeah. You can't stop cheating. Let music battle music. Stop doing the payola and I say all that shit. That's how you know. That's how you know the motherfuckers is cowards, and that's how you know they really lose, and they're really losers. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because you got to cheat. See, when you got to cheat in order to beat and win your game, then guess what? You're moving and showing your weakness. It shows where you're weak at. Why? Because you had to cheat in order to get it. This is where you were weak at. You see what I'm saying? So look at the game right now and look who winning. Ain't no alpha. You ain't see no alpha males winning out here in the mainstream. They're trying to literally exterminate the alpha male from the game, right? A few alpha males have been standing up and been getting crucified and criticized for it, even though I might not agree with some of their lifestyle, they did have enough common sense to say we ain't fucking with this rainbow booty boy shit, and y'all peddling this pedophilia to our children. Because I keep on telling y'all, it is not marketing of the agenda if they're marketing it to your children. You can't market sex to children. That is a pedophile agenda, and so. You got to know the difference between the LGBTQ community, and you got to know the difference between the ones who was pedophiles and trying to brainwash your children. All right, and so we just got some great decisions we got to make, people. Lifestyle decisions, man. My heart goes out to all the people who died at the Travis concert. I don't even know how many. They say 8. That's the beginning number, right? You never know what the number end up being after the smoke clears and the dust settles, right? As far as Kanye West, man, I know one thing for certain, and 2 things for sure. Kanye West, in the end, when it's all said and done, man, may the best magicians win, and you can talk that he's done miracles on me, shit. But if you ain't out here working miracles in people's life, you ain't Jesus, nigga. So you can't put your name in the likes of Jesus if you ain't been changing actual motherfucking lives for the better like Jesus did. And so, you can have a Sunday service and you can do it on the surface and you can do all of this fuck shit, nigga. But in the end, when it's all said and done, you should know a tree by the fruit that it bear. And the majority of your tree holds a poisonous fruit, and the majority of your tree holds a fruit that says we're such a fucking whore and we love it. Okay? And so in the end, when it's all said and done, the old Kanye, that we'll never get that guy back. That guy been gone. That guy, you ain't gonna never see that guy no more. Right? And you shouldn't want to see that guy no more. You should love the new Kanye, and you should love what he's representing. Why? Because at least he's letting you know the truth about himself. He with the shits. Period. You feel me? He with the shits. He letting you know the truth that he with the shits. So, and as far as, and like I told you before, man, when it comes to, Stephen A. Smith and the Coons of the world and the Uncle Ruckuses of the world, and the blind, black bourgeoisie of the world. You know what I mean? And those of us who are black and refuse to even identify as such, right? I just pray, like I told you before, man. I pray that y'all come into knowledge and get out of ignorance. And coming into knowledge and getting out of ignorance, I guarantee you're not going to have these opinions of yourself and these emotions about yourself anymore, because you won't be looking at it through a Caucasian lens. You'll be looking at it through a source lens, and that source lens has always been and will always be a black lens, because black is the source of color. Black is not a color. That's why you don't see black in no goddamn rainbow. You understand me? So, yeah, man, let's get with it to get it, man. Y'all wake up. Thank you for having me on, my bro.
You already know, man. We in the building with the Chakra Doctor, creator of Miracle Food. Go to chakradoctor.org right now. Get 10% off. Viral 10 on every, on your complete purchase, I should say. You ain't gonna go buy Miracle Food and get 10% off, and then go buy Miracle Tea separate and get 10% off. That's how that shit works. Buy it all.
Yeah. No, you can buy Miracle Food and get 10% off your Miracle Food. You can buy more than Miracle Food and get 10% off that whole order. Right? All they gotta do is just put the viral 10 in, and it takes 10% off of the whole complete order. Yeah, man. So if you buy Miracle Food, that'd be like $25, $30 off, right? But if you buy more than Miracle Food, that's more off, right? So, yeah.
It's worth its weight in gold, man. We got Chakra Doctor on Viral Hip Hop News. Till next time, man. I definitely appreciate y'all. Y'all stay tuned for segments on Viral Hip Hop News exclusively, and the content will also be shared at Chakra Doctor TV on YouTube. Brother, it's been a pleasure. Till next time, man. Salute. Love you, bro. Take care.
Salute, man. One. Peace.
Sir.
Hey, yo, peace, family. This is Lord Jamal feeding Not a Mean Godcast. And if you watch the Godcast, you know my number one sponsor is Miracle Food. That's right, Miracle Food, the perfect cleanse and reboot for a healthy immune system. And these times, you know, a healthy immune system is very important. It's also anti inflammatory. Miracle Food has moringa, black seed oil, beetroot oil. It also contains CBD. Miracle Food is just what it says. Miracle Food. Brought to you by my brother, the Chakra Doctor. So this is a black-owned company, y'all. We promote black-owned companies here on the Godcast. Okay, so go to chakradoctor.org and get your Miracle Food today. Tell them Lord Jamal sent you. Peace.